Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Gunner's Cocktail Corner, brought to you by Butterfly Spirits, Sip, Savor, Celebrate. And now our host, Gunnar Jacobson.
I'm not sure who you're referring to. I mean, come on. If I'm going to be a full-on dork, I'm gonna bring it. I'm gonna bring it like it's never been brought. All right. It lights. It's red. It's purple. I think it's supposed to be green too, but I'm not sure. Whatever. I couldn't tell you what Darth Vader, what his official colors are. But again, I'm not full-on nerd. I'm just married to one.
Hey, before we get fully started, we just want to take a minute to do some brief introductions. Everybody knows who you are, but we just want to introduce ourselves, Josh and Alyssa Ammerman, the owners and founders of Butterfly Spirits. And we also have on today with us Andrew George, Director of Sales for Butterfly Spirits. Andrew, give the group a hello.
Hello from rainy Baltimore, Maryland.
And Darth, what do you got for us today?
I've got incredible headgear. It's a little too form-fitting. I'm thinking that maybe I'm not going to wear this again anytime soon.
What about on a bike?
On a bike?
Yeah.
No, I'm not doing any of the above. I am going to refuse that suggestion and continue to not ride a bike, not wearing that helmet. I mean, how else am I supposed to continue growing this? Anyway, I'm gonna say this way. I find that my profile is not nearly as flattering as it used to be, and my hair is getting long.
I'd like to have that problem.
With the appropriate wig and or extensions, I think we can work something out for you. Is a toupee out of the question?
Pretty much.
Come on now, you gotta. Do you remember the infomercial, the spray hair?
Oh yeah, I have a can upstairs. That's how I got this. I bought the wrong color. What do you want?
Well, no, you might want to go a little darker, just give a contrast is what I would suggest. But that is neither here. That is neither here nor there. Come on, guys.
You're going solo in the middle of the screen. That's it.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm back, and I hope everybody's doing well. I've got two new drinks tonight. I want to say new and that they're new to the world because they've never been done with Aperol or with Butterfly before. One is an Aperol Spritz. The other one is a drink that I personally named. And if you have tuned in the past, you know that naming drinks is actually one of the hardest components for me because whatever. So the origin of this one, it's called the Kneel Before Zod, and I've been getting a lot of flack. Everyone has said, "Hey man, you spelled Neil wrong." And I turn to them and I say, "Hey man, no I didn't. I meant for it to be the name Neil, not the actual action of kneeling." Because frankly, the drink is got a bit of a cherry element to it. I'm using the Luxardo cherry liqueur. Now, this is the thought process. You have cherry. Now, there was a gentleman by the name of Neil Diamond, and he had a song called Cherry Cherry. So I was like, that's interesting. I don't want to call it Love on the Rocks. I don't want to call it anything like that. I'm going to call it the Neil something. And because we are doing a somewhat otherworldly theme, I said to myself, hey, Kneel Before Zod, because that comes from the movie
Superman.
Thank you for letting me dangle in the wind for half a second. Andrew, are you awake?
Yes.
I want to reach out and hug you. Have you ever seen a movie before?
Yeah, well, I said Indiana Jones Last Crusader
Yes.
because the penitent man kneels before God, and I thought that was a take on that.
General Zod.
Oh, well, no, General Zod, but good point, though. I forgot Neil before. That was with, what's his name? Sean
Connery.
something. Connor or something.
Sean Connery, haven't you ever seen a movie?
I'm pitching you guys softballs here. I'm trying to get that. Anyway, all right. Let's get me back up on the main screen, if you would be so kind.
Yes, sir.
We are going to start, like I said, with the Aperol Spritz. Given the time of year that it is, this is actually going to be a very popular drink, and typically it's just done with Aperol, Prosecco, a little bit grapefruit juice, and that's pretty much it. But I don't feel like that lives up to its potential. So I decided, okay, we are going to do something with our favorite vodka. We're going to obviously have the contribution of Aperol and an Italian aperitif. I did a little research and I found out, strangely enough, this Italian aperitif is named after the French word for aperitif, which is apero. So there's that. Like I said, as I'd mentioned, we are using Prosecco. I'm also going to throw a splash of soda water to give it effervescence, but at the same time, I don't want the entire sweetness of the Prosecco to dominate the bubbles. So that's why I'm going to equal parts of each. And grapefruit juice. This grapefruit juice is fresh. So I'm going to take these components and I'm going to start putting them into a glass. Now, as we'd mentioned previously, you don't shake or mix anything that has bubbles with non-bubble ingredients because you don't want to kill that effervescence. So I will take the vodka to start. Do an ounce of this. 1 ounce. Bada bing. Now I am pre-mixing this in the shaker. I'm just going to give it a little stir, but then once I have all the components, I'm actually going to build rocks and everything in my brandy snifter. So, like I said, an ounce of that, and then we are doing an ounce and a half of the Aperol. Bing, bang, boom. And, oh yeah, I forgot we have the other can. So let's do this. Okay, and I shall pour that into there. Then we will grab some grapefruit juice. When we have that, we are doing a half ounce of that. So you take your 1 ounce side, pour it halfway up, and pour that in there. All right, those are all the non-carbonated elements. So I'm going to set that to the side. I am going to get my snifter, and I have put together some ice cubes. Again, since I'm making this for myself, I know my hands are clean. I'm not particularly concerned about it. But if you're making this for a bunch of people, use gloves, use a spoon, use common sense, use wisdom, good judgment, all of the above. All right, so got a good bit of ice in there. I will take a nice bit of ice, throw it in here as well. And then my trusty spoon. I can never know. We have a bit of a delay on our drink cam, so I'm just going to give it a little.
Nothing goes untoward on the drink cam that we need to put the delay on. If the station ID pops up, you know why.
Say again?
If the station ID pops up, you'll know why.
Ah, gotcha. So, did that.
Hear anything I said?
Into it. You're kind of cutting in and out, so I'm just assuming that everything you're saying is one form of pleasantry or another.
It's very pleasant.
Fever Tree. If you guys know it, you know it. If you don't know it, buy it because it is the jam. Q is another good product, but Fever Tree is pretty much what we refer to as a no-brainer. So you do this, you throw a little splash, bang, bang. Obviously, the more of that you throw, the more the soda water you throw in there, the less alcoholic it's going to be. Then you throw the bubbles. Now, I was not expecting those bubbles to explode like they did, but they did. And this, if you know anything, we're about improvising here. Technically, the drink is done, but the drink is never done until we have our garnish. And the garnish, if you are aware, or if you saw our previous images promoting said drink, is basically just a grapefruit peel blossom, flower, bloom. I don't know what you want to call it, but it comes down to just peeling as much of this grapefruit as you possibly can in a continuous peel. And we're getting there. And I think that should be enough. You set the unused part aside, and you basically roll it. Roll. And Make sure it doesn't come undone as you're rolling it. Bada bing. All right, we're almost there. I think I peeled a little too much, so I'll just take a little off the back end. And you get something that looks a lot like that. You can kind of fan it out so that it's kind of got more of a bell shape. But once you're done, you just drop it in there, and
Beautiful.
before you know it, you got something that looks a lot. Now I will take it to this camera, and I will risk spilling it on my keyboard. But yeah, this is what it's supposed to look like, and see what it tastes like. Oh, very good.
We're following right
Cheers.
behind you, buddy. I tried to make the flour, and that went poorly, so I ended up just doing a piece, just a little wedge.
So what do you think?
Oh, that's so nice.
Really good.
It's really light. Let me ask you a question. Is the
Yes.
reason you add the club soda in addition to the Prosecco just to turn down the alcohol a little bit, or?
There's a little bit of that. Like you don't even necessarily need Prosecco if you're looking to have like a low ABV kind of brunch. You want to, continue with your day and be semi-functional. You can use strictly soda water, and in the reverse, if you're looking to just be the day drinker that you know that you can be, get a little nutty with the Prosecco. Just play with the proportions a little bit. And it'll get you a nice effervescent flavor. And damn, so the Aperol has got a bitterness, but it's not overwhelming. And the way that works with the butterfly vodka is just they just play well together. I've said it before. They work. I enjoy it, and I don't care if it is considered a semi-girly drink. I'm going to throw my pinky out, and I'm going to take another sip.
That's great.
Is this batchable?
Well, again, you can batch all the components except for the effervescent. So, if you want to do something with, say, where you get the Aperol and you get, the grapefruit and everything else, and you put that all together, not an issue. But you definitely want to throw the Prosecco and the soda water in after the fact, or as you're serving it. Just have somebody there or yourself, and just kind of say, hey, strong, light, how do you want it? Boom, you're good. So yeah. Aperol Spritz.
That's beautiful. Thank you very much, Gunnar.
Thank you. No problem. I'm gonna give my surface a little wipe down. I'm really excited that that we actually have a camera that shows what I'm doing, and it's not just me, reaching down and then coming back up with drinks, because that would lead one to think that maybe I am fudging things or fibbing a little bit. But anyway,
a lot of the viewers
all
asked
right.
that. Glad we can prove it.
Yes. Do we have any? I had mentioned earlier when I was promoting this on Facebook. Is there anybody out there with a Star Wars question? Because I'm ready to lie.
You're ready to lie?
We'll see.
Well, actually,
Yes,
there is
about knowing
one.
whether or not.
I have one for
Okay.
you. What moon are the Ewoks found on?
What moon?
What moon?
Are they on a moon?
What,
I
don't
thought
you
they were on
watch
Endor,
movies?
which is a planet.
Yeah, Gunnar, don't you watch movies? Beat him up, Andrew.
Called the Forest Moon of Endor.
Wow,
Come on.
There you go.
I said Endor. Did I not say Endor?
Actually,
Said
I
it was a
think
planet.
All right, so okay, I stand corrected, but I also have to preface it with I don't know jack about Star Wars, and that's why this is reverse softball trivia. So throw me the easy ones, like ask me.
who's the
Okay,
girl?
how about, no? Here you go. Okay,
Who's the girl with the Danishes on the side of her head?
That was me.
oh my God, that's R2D2. R2. No, yes, it's Alyssa, I believe. Yeah, I think that counts. I mean, technically in promo, that definitely was Alyssa.
100%.
So
As a kid, I had my hair done like that once.
it's a good look.
I've seen the picture. It's hot. It's like it's bikini and like the Princess Leia hair. It's crazy.
Wow. All right. Well, I think my imagination is going a little crazy, and I'm going to let it go now. Do you know who Princess Leia's mom is?
Yes, I do. It's
And don't say Natalie Portman.
it's Padme. Isn't that her name?
Bam. Yes, that is her name. I applaud you. Very good. That was the exact right answer. So, what do you win? The opportunity to watch me make another drink.
All right, go for it,
Nice.
buddy. There's more questions here. We'll hold them for the moment.
No, I can take questions and then make drinks. I'm multi-talented that way.
Well, here's your softball. Who was Leia's brother?
Jesus Christ! Everybody knows that's Jar Jar. Is it not Jar Jar?
There's a vote here for Jabba the Hutt.
Well, I assumed Jar Jar, but I figured it was through marriage. I didn't think there was blood relation. I figured they were just, like all of a sudden, Leia's mom is dating Jar Jar's dad, and it gets awkward. There's but eventually it blends. Everybody's happy, and it's all good.
Well, there's a question from off camera that I was asked to pose to you. Actually, this question's for Andrew, if that's okay. Andrew, Jabba the Hutt has a bunch of henchmen. There's one that looks like this. Who is he?
Ooh.
I have no clue what that even is. Is that good artwork, or what'd you do? It looks like a crab.
It's not mine.
little-
I'm off camera.
It's his little buddy.
Yeah, what's his name?
Oh, I used to know that too.
Yeah,
I can't remember.
Didn't he get eaten up by the Sorlak or whatever the guy's name is?
Yeah, nice, man. That is Salacious Crumb. And the Zorlak.
Delicious crumb.
Cool. Do you want to quit now? All right.
No, because there's another drink to be made. I'm here for a reason, and that reason only is to partially impart you with my severe lack of knowledge about what we're talking about, but also to make drinks. So, Neil Before Zod.
Let's
Here we
see
go.
it.
I'm doing it with a rye whiskey. I'm
Nice.
using there we go. We got the High West. This most whiskeys you think Kentucky. This is Utah. They make a phenomenal product. Everything they do, for the most part, I dig. And this particular one, they call it a double rye because they use two ryes. It's a blend. One of them is 2 years aged. I do not know about the other, but again, the internet is a wonderful place to learn things. So let me go ahead and make some drinks. This one, considering it is a rye-based whiskey, obviously is going to have the majority rye. It's going to be 2 ounces. I will throw that in said glass again, or said cocktail shaker. 1 and 2 ounces there. Then we take our butterfly liqueur. Don't want to overwhelm the original flavors of the whiskey, but we do want to definitely make sure that the butterfly stands out because it is a tasty, tasty element. So we use a 1/4 ounce of that. Back in there. Bing, bang, boom. And Luxardo cherry. Now, I use a lot of Luxardo maraschino quite a bit, but this is actually a cherry liquor, much in the vein of like a sweet vermouth. It has kind of that same mouthfeel, that same kind of dominance, whereas the maraschino, you require a lot less to get, the same general heightened flavor effect. But anyway, so how much of this am I putting in? I'm putting in a, 3/4 ounces. Bing. I need to stop saying bing, bang, boom. There we go. Take all those components, throw a couple cubes in there to get it nice and chilled up. Set that aside. Get your glass. Now, you get your cube. Now, I didn't get a cube, though.
Ooh,
Nice.
I got a ball.
that's beautiful.
Huh?
It's the earth.
Came prepared. I wish it was crystal. Right?
Exactly.
It's actually the moon rotating.
Gunnar, it's not the moon.
It's
That
the
is
space station.
It's the Death Star orbiting the planet. Put it back up there again, man. Hold on a second. We need that again. Hold on.
You ready?
Yeah,
I
let's
mean,
do it.
it's melting a little bit, but okay, there we go.
All right, back to work.
Take that cube, throw it in the glass. Kind of makes your glass look like that. And I know we've discussed in the past, but spheres melt less quickly because there's less surface area, and that's just science. All right, you have your predetermined set of ingredients. You pour it on top, and then throw a couple dashes of the Angostura in there. There. Then, since you have your peeler handy from your previous drink,
Yes.
you just go ahead and get a nice swath of lemon. And that is what a nice swath of lemon looks like. Express it. You want to basically just kind of give it a squeeze long ways, and that will get all those lovely little oils. Now, a lot of people go ahead and give it a little rub as well. There you go. And you can't really see the peel. Let me see if I can pull that up a little bit. But yeah, that's pretty much what it's supposed to look like. Now let's see if it tastes like what it's supposed to taste like. I'm pleased. Andrew, you keep drinking a drink that's not what I'm making.
Well, I was out at the market all day today. I didn't have time to make them when I came home.
Gunnar, that is fantastic. Nice. That's so good. And that,
Thank you. I appreciate it. No, I'm pleased with that. It's good stuff. And that's all I got to say about that. I feel like there was other information that I was supposed to be giving you guys. Anybody know the difference between rye and bourbon?
Call on me.
The woman who used to have buns for hair.
All right, Alyssa, what is the difference?
Nothing.
Which is
I don't drink either.
Jeez.
Okay.
Rye is more than 50% rye. Is how you define it as rye.
51 plus.
No, wait. What if it's between 50 and 51?
The blended whiskey.
Then that what he said. What he said. And then so that's right.
I just dropped the book off at your house today. You guys can check it out.
Right.
Sweet. Does it discuss bottle and bond?
I don't remember. It's got a lot of information in there. But every country is different. I think Canadian rye is a little higher than domestic rye, but I could be wrong. I haven't looked at it in a while.
Gunnar, I've had a lot of drinks that you've made over the years. This is in my top 5 favorite.
Yes.
It's amazing.
Very good. Well, I feel honored. And actually, I did want to mention one of the reasons why this was in there besides whatever reason I gave before is cherries are in season. So if you don't want to do a lemon twist, you can actually run out to your local farmers markets and grab some cherries. Or if you're fortunate enough to have a store that does in fact do the Luxardo, the maraschino cherries, get those. Don't get the store-bought just those syrupy red cherries. I mean, they're good if you want to make Shirley Temples. If you're trying to do cocktails, it's really just you're basically going to shoot yourself in the foot. You're going to take all of that love and dedication that you put into making a drink, and then you're going to ruin it by throwing a huge bomb of sugar in there. So that was that's my suggestion. If you can get it, you can make your own brandied cherries too. That just requires time, which means patience, brandy and cherries. So that was my suggestion for that. But
based on your advice. Hey, I've got a question's come across. So we used a snifter for our first cocktail. We used a rocks glass for our second cocktail. Is there any difference in the glass choice besides the aesthetics?
Glassware is interesting, and I mean, you like even down to pouring a pint. There are different based on different types of beers you want them to open up, but it comes down to basically how it emits the aromatics. So if you're doing something with a snifter, obviously it's going to taper inward and it's going to focus those aromatics. Whereas a rocks glass similar to this, it's not as I guess maybe not as aromatic forward or necessary. It also kind of comes down to personal preference. A lot of drinks that would be considered more masculine might be more acceptable in a container such as this. But again, I think we're in an era where these lines are getting blurred, and frankly, it doesn't really matter unless, of course, whoever's putting a drink together has designed the drink specifically to be served in a specific way. In which case, you want to honor them and respect their wishes, but at the same time, it's not an exact science. Just have fun with it.
So we got one other question I want to hit you with that came up. Somebody was asking for cocktails. Is there ever a time where it's worth using a fancy base spirit as opposed to a rail-based spirit if you're making a drink?
Well, I mean, the higher quality the product, obviously, the higher quality the final results. But use common sense. I mean, you don't want to make yourself a Scotch and soda with Macallan 25. You're basically saying, hey, look how big my bank account is. It's silly. And so yeah, within reason, don't go rail. Like if the product you're using has the word aristocrat or Montezuma on it, run away. Go that way, but do not pick that bottle up unless you're, again, I mean, if you're trying to, clean something. If your dog, threw up in the kitchen and you can use that vodka. That's fine. I will allow that.
And we have one more Star Wars question for you. The bad guy in Star Wars is Emperor Palpatine. What's his other name?
Eugene, I think. I think it wasn't as intimidating as he hoped it would be, so he changed it to Palpatine, but technically it kind of rhymes a little bit. Eugene. Actually, no, that's his first name, Eugene Palpatine.
Andrew, do you want to
swing? A lot of
swing?
people know that. That's a deep cut.
You guys are animals. Wow. He was Lord Sidious.
I wrote
Good.
I wrote down some questions for you. If you guys
Go ahead. Alyssa's the expert, so go right ahead.
Do you guys know who? Okay, the question is specifically for Alyssa, and if anybody else tries to answer, I will find you. I will use the force, and I will. Actually, I don't need to find. I will just choke you from my distant location. I will choke the life out of you. Who built C-3PO? Who?
No idea.
Wait, but I heard something before. No idea.
I just went, ooh.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, R2D2 built C-3PO.
No, that's a good question, though. Most people don't know the answer to that.
Otherwise known as the Golden Love.
Well, he was lonely. He needed a friend, so somebody to chat with. No, a gentleman by the name of Anakin Skywalker.
How did you not know that?
Why would I know that?
We'll be revisiting this situation.
And lastly, what is Han's friend from Bespin? What is his name? And you might remember him from the Colt 45 commercials.
Oh yeah.
You're not still on me, are you?
No, whoever. It doesn't. At this point, I just need information.
Billy D. Williams.
Who?
Billy D. Williams.
Okay. I mean, AKA Lando Calrissian. But yes, you're not wrong. So here's to you. Very, very good.
It wasn't for me. I told her to say that it was Boba Fett. She knew better. And actually, as we sit here today, I just want to point out, if you're Darth Vader and Alyssa's Princess Leia, and I'm some dude with hair, so it's clearly not me, Andrew had the most hair of anybody in that shot and was like 12 feet tall. So you've undergone a lot of change since we shot that promo.
I had a lot of hair back then too, Josh.
Well, this has been wonderful. We don't have any other questions at the moment. I just wanted to let everybody know that you can anticipate June 23rd will be the next edition of Gunner's Cocktail Corner. We'll put out the recipes, the theme. It'll definitely be over the top. Andrew has promised to wear a funny hat for that one, so we'll see what he brings to the table for that. And I just want to thank you all for a wonderful showing. And on behalf of Butterfly Spirits, enjoy your evening, and we'll see you all next month.
Thank you.
Toodaloo.